Major hurricane Walaka is not too far from Category 5 status. It looked fantastic earlier, waning a little bit in latest frames with rumours of an eyewall replacement cycle, but still a 145 mile an hour Category 4 storm according to Force 13's latest satellite analysis. The storm is located pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. It is a Stage 6 catastrophic damage potential, 12.9 north, 169.4 west. The only place that is in threat for this storm right now is Johnston Atoll, 263 miles away. A hurricane warning is in effect there, as you'll see shortly. Here's the distances to some other locations. Nihoa 854, Nihau 860. That's the first of the main Hawaiian islands. And this is the hurricane warning for Johnston Atoll, which you can just about see just north of the storm itself. And that will be affected by the storm's winds. No permanent population, or we believe any population at all, on that island at this time. But if there just happens to be anyone there, well, the storm is coming. This is what we expect over the next few days. It is quite possible, we're not expecting it yet, but it is possible that the storm makes landfall over Johnston Atoll, and possibly on one of those islands further north as well as we go through the week. There is still that possibility that the storm could reach Category 5 status as well, but the threat to the main Hawaiian Islands is very minimal, and even in terms of rain associated with the storm, by the looks of things there on that loop there, it doesn't look like it will quite get to the islands. We'll examine that further shortly. Here's the sea surface temperatures though. Very warm where the storm is right now, about 28 or 29 degrees Celsius. That will persist for another 2 or 3 days before they start to cool off a little bit. And here's another look at what we expect on that forecast. A curve towards the north very soon. You can see it just passing Johnston Atoll on the left-hand side. The wind field is much larger in the east, but it's still not going to get anywhere near any of those Hawaiian islands, the main ones at least. But all of those further along the outlying islands could have some impacts from this storm as it continues off towards the north. Still, it could do a little bit of a stalling motion, or maybe even a looping motion towards the end of the week as it heads north of there, but it's going to be off the screen by the weekend. These are the chances of tropical storm force winds in some of these selected locations. 89% on Johnston, 40% at Maro Reef, 18 on Necker Island, 14 on Lisiansky Island, and usually we have 5 panels there, only 4 because we couldn't find a 5th. And this is what the models say, and the Central Pacific Hurricane Center expects a Category 5, along with the ship's model, the LGEM also in there as well. HWRF curiously not calling for a Category 5, but wind shear is going to be spiking in about 2 days' time, so it's going to have to do it pretty soon. You can see there as well on the left-hand side there, that panel showing all of the model's tracks, and you can see there's a distinctive sticking point as we get towards the end of the week just north of those islands. Well, from an observer's point of view, it has been a fascinating looking storm, stunning even. Maybe it had a case for Category 5 earlier on. The cloud tops have waned a little bit as we may be having an eyewall replacement cycle underway, but there is certainly the potential for further strengthening later on in the next 24 to 48 hours. The eye remains fairly warm, not quite as much as previously, but still looking very decent indeed, this storm, and if there were any islands in the way that were inhabited, it would be a massive threat. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.